Part 1, Bible of Sex. Author Paul Joannides, Chapter 1. Kiss. A kiss is usually spoken about a person more than the size of a penis, and is much more often a signal to stop affection. A kiss of a partner's lips is much more emotional than a genitalia's affection, although the latter is much more pleasant. And there is a reason for this. We have been constantly kissed since birth, and we subconsciously perceive it as deep love. Lips and skin are also incredibly sensitive to touch. The main advice for kissers is to ask your partner how he likes it more. Someone likes gentle kisses, someone likes much deeper kisses. Breathing through the nose during a kiss will make your task easier, and your partner will not feel as if you are making him artificial breathing. Do not forget to stroke your partner's face, and transfer the breath so as not to drown your partner in saliva. During the French kiss, do not push your tongue into your partner's throat. Open your mouth a little wider to create a small space between the lips. Now you can act with your tongue. Point the tip of the partner's lips so as not to violate the border of the half-open mouth with progressive movements. Try to feel how willingly your partner responds to you with mutuality. If your partner is ready to play with your language, you will understand. He or she may even be the first to put their tongue in your mouth. Or maybe you will like the gentle licking of the upper or lower lips more. Do not forget about the sensitive corners of the lips, palate, gums, and teeth. Move slowly, each time listening to your partner and his sensations before moving on. Sucking a tongue can be insanely sensitive and seductive, but don't forget about brushing your teeth and going to a dentist, because a sore mouth can also smell. During a kiss, you can put your fingers in her or his hair. At the same time, if the woman wants them to be held by the chest, then they themselves will direct the guy's hands there. You shouldn't touch her until you're sure that this can be done. The same goes for the hands on the ass. You can get a pleasant feeling if you gently hold your hand on the back. People often want to be kissed not only in the lips but also in the neck. The carotid areas can be attributed to those parts of the body that have folds, that is, where the skin bends, which is why it is especially sensitive. This is the back of the knees, the outer part of the elbows, the occipital part of the neck, places under the chest, eyelids, armpit, gaps, places between the fingers, the armpits, and places behind the ears. Also, this is the lower part of the back and buttocks, or the belly and butt. You can play and eat fruit and dessert dishes from these places. Chapter 2. How important it is to be dressed. Some people undress in front of their partner without any embarrassment. Others are shy about it. Women think that their breasts are too small or asymmetrical, or that they have too big buttocks. Men are concerned that they are not in shape. Pull your fears out, that is, talk about them. This usually helps you feel more comfortable. Especially with a shy couple, it is better to undress in complete darkness and only then examine each other's bodies. A man is usually concerned when he undresses, whether he should be firm or not. It doesn't matter. Many people are more excited about almost undressed partners. In this case, there is more room for imagination, thinking about what is under this swimsuit or panties. Chapter 3. All about penis. Our society teaches us that the sexual pleasure obtained during sex by a man and a woman depends on the ability of a man to achieve erection and maintain this erection. Thus, the guys are under serious pressure. This is a stupid view of sex. Many men are complexed due to the size of their penis, even if, according to studies, it is medium-sized. For men themselves, it seems small. The penis can have different shapes and sizes. In the book you will find images, but they are all absolutely normal. A study was conducted in which about 1,000 penises were measured. When measuring from the pubic bone to the tip of the penis head, the average length of the vial joint is 8.9, and the average length of the erected penis is about 12.5. It is much more important to be courageous and not to be measured by the size of the penis. To be courageous means to be responsible and, if necessary, completely independent. A man should have his own values and principles. He does not need to prove his courage by scaring and threatening others. In addition, he must be caring, reliable, and kind. He should not think like his dick and be obsessed with looking for a sexual partner. Many men do not have these qualities, and they only pretend to be courageous. These are guys who take their penis too seriously. The only way for them to convince themselves that they are real men is that they do not take male positions or drink a lot of beer, take drugs, and walk around different women. They play the public more and have practically nothing with them. A standing penis is sometimes used to hide something that a man lacks as a personality. If a guy is hooked on his dick, over time it starts to interfere with him in his relationship with a partner. And women who have grown up with the idea that a distant, egocentric, caring for their penis man is a standard of courage, in fact, cannot be close to such a person, and in the end, all their life they claim that all men are goats. For a man who is too serious about his dick, the achievement of a woman's orgasm can become too important, that he is a real man. For him, it is a matter of life and death. And so, even if you have not experienced it, you have to imitate the orgasm so as not to hurt the feelings of your partner. Such men lose emotional connection with the partner as soon as the sexual act begins. A woman at this time feels like a machine for masturbation. Thus, sex becomes boring for both partners. Women think that the presence of an erection in the pants means that the man is excited, and if the penis doesn't rise, then the guy is not excited. But that's not true. Men have unwanted erections. In addition, there are cases when a man feels sexual excitement, but at the same time his penis does not become firm or even become sluggish when he has to get up. The worst thing a woman can do when a guy doesn't get up is get offended. She thinks he doesn't like her. In fact, there are a billion reasons for erection problems, from the fear that you are not good enough in bed to some diseases, such as diabetes. Fortunately, love depends not only on the ability of a man to erect. Few women will refuse long, tender caresses and oral sex. Remember, penis is just an addition. You also have fingers, lips, and imagination. Some young guys take erection drugs for fun. They think that the penis should be like porn stars. The problem is that as soon as the guys who do not need pills take them, they begin to lose confidence that they can lift the penis without pills. And in the future, such guys become addicted to these pills. Unfortunately, porn films mislead not only men, but also some women regarding the sexual abilities of men. You can make a man end faster by pulling the extreme flesh from the base itself. This gives a man a special feeling during the stimulation of the penis. The nipple is the most sensitive part of the penis. This is the middle fold, which is located immediately under the head of the penis and intersects the vena cava. During oral sex, it is recommended to pay special attention to this zone. Also, do not forget to grease your hands well with cream to speed up the formation of the bulge. Grab the penis with your palm and insert it from top to bottom in circular motions. Try to perform similar movements when you do the blowjob. At the same time, do not forget to massage the area between the balls with your hand. Never hesitate to touch your nipples or vulva. Some men can experience orgasm. Men have a point in the place of the penis that is hidden under the balls or is in the space next to the anus. If you press it, the excitement will be significantly increased. Some guys have sensitive nipples and others do not. Therefore, check this method of stimulation. The human anus is most likely the second most sensitive part of the body. Swallow his anus with a wet finger or stick it in so you can achieve ejaculation faster. A crunch or click can be associated with a penis fracture, which has nothing to do with a fracture in the usual sense of the word, since there are no bones in the penis. A penis fracture can occur when it is rigid and when one of the chambers or cylinders bursts. Imagine how you pierce an air ball with a knife. The penis fracture is corrected by sewing the side of the chamber. If this happens, internal bleeding may occur, which can lead to irreparable damage to the penis. This is accompanied by a crunch, a sharp loss of erection, severe pain, the appearance of a tumor, and bleeding. The penis can be saved by surgical intervention for several hours. If it takes longer, the injury will remain forever, and the penis will look like a blown ball. The most likely position in which a penis injury can be inflicted is a woman on top. But it can also happen if the sex was in a hurry, or in an unusual place, a car, an elevator, a toilet, and so on. Any type of genital pain lasting more than 10 minutes should be a reason for an urgent visit to a doctor. Chapter 4. Sperm. Sperm is secreted from several areas. The first stream is secreted from the Cooper vessels and the Leader cells. The next wave of dense mass is produced by the predatory cell, from 15 to 30% of the total volume. Then, relatively small but powerful, the egg is introduced, and the largest part of the sperm remains in the semen bubbles, from 65 to 80%. The predatory cell also produces a substance called sperm, which has a characteristic odor of bleach. Sperm is a member of the family of chemical substances called polyamides. Although the concentration of sperm in sperm is not as high as in pure sperm, it can still cause serious harm if it gets into the eyes, so the eyes start burning. Sperm can also affect stomach pain after swallowing sperm. Doctors say that if there is both a smell of bleach and a fish stink, the smell of sperm is present at the same time as the smell of the whitewash and the fish stomach. This indicates a hidden prostate infection. The smell of fish releases polyamines from rotting blood cells that appear in the sperm due to prostate infection. Men suffering from prostatitis may notice yellowish jelly-like balls in their sperm. Suspicions may also arise if the sperm has a sweet, honey-like smell. It may indicate osteoporosis. A healthy male's sperm is mostly white in color and smells like a clean and fresh bleach. Allergy to sperm causes allergic reactions to a certain protein produced by the reproductive system. Symptoms can include pain, redness, burning, swelling, and anger. If the symptoms disappear and reappear after you have sex without a condom, then you are likely to have an allergy to sperm. In addition to a complete gynecological examination, a woman should undergo an intradermal test to make sure if there is an allergy to sperm or not. During such a study, a small amount of sperm is injected under the skin and checked for an allergic reaction or immunologist. Treatment is called a gradual test, when a diluted solution of sperm is introduced into the woman's vagina until the body can perceive the diluted semen. The drawback of such treatment is that to fix the achieved results, you need to have sex at least 2 or 3 times a week. But it may be that you have a reaction to sperm of only one man, and when you change partners, everything will pass. Sperm hates water, and when in contact with it, it forms lumps, like bubbles in a lamp with helium bubbles. These sticky lumps of sperm are then glued to your skin or floor in the shower, or even to the hair that has accumulated in the salivary gland. Sperm folds only when it is in contact with water during ejaculation. Otherwise, the sperm will become watery on its own after 10-15 minutes. Women know about this property since sperm drips from their vagina after the sexual act. Pre-cum is a natural lubricant. It makes the penis's head slippery to make it easier to penetrate into your partner. It used to be believed that pre-cum does not contain sperm, but it was proven otherwise. Up to 40% of pre-cum has a small content of sperm. In theory, a woman can even get pregnant, so it is not worth considering a broken sexual act a method of contraception. Chapter 5. Fun with the extreme flesh. The extreme flesh protects the penis head and makes the process of mating for women more pleasant. On average, the extreme flesh begins to retract in boys at the age of 11 years. If it is retracted earlier, this can lead to injury. As soon as it begins to retract, it must be washed daily in the shower. At the same time, if you constantly wash there with soap, it will destroy its protective bacterial coating and lead to the appearance of an unpleasant smell. Use soap no more than twice a week, and the rest of the day wash with plain water. Chapter 6. Eggs are usually located behind the penis, so the pleasure you get from stimulating the eggs is not as strong as from stimulating the penis. However, this does not mean that they should be ignored. When a man is very excited or approaching ejaculation, his macho testicles are pulled up to tightly hug the penis. Some men have them pulled up so much that you can think about where the eggs are held in place by seed ropes that hang them at the bottom of the abdomen. The uterus surrounds the eggs. This is a thin layer of skin that is combined with muscles. The uterus is lined with a layer of smooth muscles that allows it to wrinkle. This helps to press the eggs closer to the body when it is too cold and to move away from it when it is too hot. In the uterus grows from the same tissue as the skin of small or large female vulva. If the child is of male gender, then nature glues the female vulva and the uterus is formed. This is why the uterus has a seam in the middle. The uterus has the same nerve endings as the female vulva, and the sensations of affection should be the same as when stimulated by a lover of female vulva partners, by hand or mouth. Usually one egg is bigger than the other and one is hanging lower than the other. Thus, do not forget to caress your partner's eggs, both during oral sex and when you are on the partner, as an addition to the sexual act. In childhood, take care of your balls because if you get a strong blow on them, it can lead to infertility at an adult age. Therefore, if your child is engaged in any sport, he should wear a bandage. 15% of young people have varicose veins, a semen channel in the uterus. This is a state in which the veins coming from the ovum are enlarged, and this can be a source of serious discomfort in the uterus, as if a bag with worms appeared over one of the ovum. Ovum needs a constant flow of blood from the eggs to the heart and prevent reverse outflow. If these valves do not function well, low pressure can lead to an expansion of the veins. More than 90% of cases of varicose vein expansion occur above the left egg. This is because the blood from the left egg meets more resistance when returned to the body than the blood from the right egg. Varicose vein expansion can be related to infertility. Symptoms of varicose vein expansion occur when the guy is lying, as the resistance to blood flow disappears. Therefore, immediately contact a doctor. The term egg cancer is used incorrectly. It should sound like the egg cancer of one because usually only in one of the eggs there is a tumor. The good news is that men have only one egg in order to remain able to reproduce and for sexual attraction. Any man with testicles can get cancer of an egg. However, more often this disease affects young men, ages from 15 to 35 years. If the disease was found at an early stage of development, it is treated in 97% of cases. Unfortunately, at this age, males are least likely to get cancer and therefore do not undergo any tests. Every month, a self-test is necessary to see if there are any changes in the texture or if there are any seals. Some forms of the ovary and ovaries can quickly split and double in less than 30 days, and you will not feel any pain. But if, God forbid, you have already detected and removed the ovary, you should not be afraid of a carcass only with one egg. For women, this is sometimes an object of curiosity. There were many cases when a woman discovered this problem. Therefore, examine the nipples of your men, both for their health and for pleasure. But it would be very reasonable to examine your eggs yourself once a month. It is best to do this when the carcass is warm and the testicles hang down, for example, after taking a hot shower. You should look for the most common symptom. This is a small seal or knot on the side, or sometimes on the front of the testicle. Another symptom is the hardening of the testicle. Much fewer symptoms are found, such as pain or discomfort in the testicles, pain in the back, a swollen chest, or a heaviness and unusual unpleasant sensations in the depth of the pelvic region. There are many diseases that look like an egg cancer, for example, sperm cell. This is a cis-tetanus egg. It seems to be the third smallest egg to the touch, but in any case, immediately run to the doctor and do not hope that everything will pass by itself. In the book, you will find a complete instruction on how and where to press to find something. The egg twist occurs when the testicles are wrapped in a cloth, and blood vessels are twisted inside the semen duct, and blood stops entering the egg. This is very serious, and if an emergency operation is not carried out within 4-6 hours, the man may die from his egg. Therefore, any sudden or acute pain in the testicles lasting more than 10 minutes should make you immediately call an ambulance. The same is true in the case of a pulmonary pain, which appears for a few minutes and then suddenly disappears. Do not wait for the pain to pass, as it may be too late. This is where this part comes to an end. Subscribe to the channel, click on the bell, and leave your opinion about this book in the comments. Bye.